First few hours of it, I was just expecting it to be fine, and then it was just as the time went on, you're thinking, this might not be great.
The stats say that 1 in 10 rides over fences will result in a fall. For Ryan Hatch, his latest exit from the saddle left him suffering several major injuries.
Fractured C5 and C7 in my neck, and I had an unstable fracture to T6. That caused me to have a hematoma on my spinal cord at T6 level. I couldn't feel anything from sort of here down. It's frightening, isn't it, really?
2 months on from the fall that threw his riding career into doubt, he's now on the road to recovery at Oaksey House, where Mick Fitzgerald paid him a visit.
Ryan, Cogri, 9th of December, all seemed pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it looked like he had a good chance. He was going well as well for a circuit and a half, you know, jumping well and travelling well. And got to the first ditch down the back and took off probably a stride too soon and fired me into the ground. I sort of hold onto my knees and then eventually sort of hold into the ambulance. But then about half an hour later, it took a funny turn and I couldn't feel anything from sort of here down. And that was for about 5 or 6 hours of just nothing.
So the neck we can work away quite safely. The thoracic spine we have to treat because treat it as an unstable fracture. So he has to stay fixed within this brace for 12 weeks in total. Certainly not allowed to rotate or extend. He is allowed to take it off at night and he sleeps without it. But he understands that obviously when the brace is off, he stays on his back.
Suffering such a serious injury can take you to some dark places. And time spent in spinal injury units had opened Ryan's eyes to just how lucky he has been.
I did about 5 weeks in Bristol and then got moved to Salisbury Spinal Unit. So it's a specialised place for people with spinal cord injuries. And on the ward of 8 people, I was the only one to walk again. You know, there's 7 other chaps in there that would never walk again, and that was quite hard to deal with. One chap was 17, and the guy next to me was an elderly fellow who fell down the stairs. But yeah, just fairly miserable time to be, you know, to have to experience that. But they're amazingly strong people. Like you never see them get down, you know. But you know, fair play. Hats off to them.
3, 2, last one. He's been on his back for 7 weeks, deconditioned to a degree. He's just remarkable how much he's actually maintained. So we're going to reduce the contact with him to 3 days a week. And so when we've got the green light to start actually mobilising the spine safely, strengthening it up, he hasn't lost and we're not starting from standstill. When
you sat up for the first time, what was that like?
Yeah, no, it was probably the best day I've had in a very long time. Yeah, they sort of put you on this spinal board and hoist you up, and your blood pressure just sinks and you nearly faint, basically, because you're just not used to being upright. So do a couple of days of that, and then sort of get you into a chair, and then they just sort of follow you around with the chair, make sure you don't fall over. First step's absolutely no balance whatsoever. Couldn't walk in a straight line. It was just like you've been out for a few pints. But yeah, no, it was the weirdest thing I've ever been through. But it was so good to be that. It was like the first major step of getting out and getting back was those steps, and yeah, no, it felt good.
So what was it like when you left?
Yeah, it was like the best day ever. It was just, yeah, like, and Salisbury, it's not exactly down the road, it's about 2 hours from my house. It was the longest car journey ever just to get home and then sleep in your own bed. And I went out on the weekend and had a quiet one. And yeah, no, it was good. It was well earned, I think.
Well, I don't mind admitting to you, but I haven't ridden a horse since I had my fall, purely because it frightened me so much. And like, have you got any worries about that?
I think it was. I think if it'll be a case of, why would it lightning strike twice? Yeah. You know what I mean? If it meant that if a fall was gonna, if I had more chance of being injured because of what's happened, then that's a bit different. But when I make a full recovery, there'll be no extra risk, just the original risk that we all understand and we all take, you know.
So are you looking forward to getting back?
Yeah, I can't wait, yeah. I want to carry on from where I left off. I was having a fantastic season. Nigel's horses are in great health. He's got some, you know, some really ambitious owners with him now, and some, you know, really nice young horses. And I just want to be back in there and riding winners again. And you just can't express how that feeling is to ride a winner, wherever it is. You know, you always get that buzz. And I just can't wait to be back in the winners enclosure again and kicking on.